Able to get that off, and then the door just falls off. So. Alright, here we are. Canadian junkyard. Okay, pro tip here. Hey everybody, welcome back to your favorite YouTube show, Fixing Random Crap with Craig. Today the random crap that we're fixing is this pool pump. So just noticed tonight, I actually was trying to get the heater going because, since this pandemic is starting to ease off a little bit, I would have a couple of friends over tomorrow in the pool and we'd warm it up a little bit because it's been a little cold here in the Great White North, even though it's late July. Anyway, noticed when I was in here doing this that the pool pump turned on the timer. It sounded a little weird. Looked to me like there wasn't much water going through it. Also had zero pressure on my pressure gauge and said, uh-oh. So yeah, there's nothing happening at all with the pump. It's making a lot of noise. It sounds a little bit different than it did previously. But I know it was working like 3 or 4 days ago. I backwashed, everything was fine. So I think at some point over the last few nights when it normally runs, it has experienced some sort of catastrophic failure. No water. I tried repriming it, filling the water. I get the basket out right now, but tried filling that right up towards the top and pumped tons of water down there. Just don't seem to be getting any suction whatsoever, and again, zero pressure on the gauge. So. Also notice that when I reach in here, I don't know if you guys are going to see, when I reach into this hole here and kind of turn the impeller with my hand, I don't know if that's the diffuser or the impeller or whatever it is. It's I'm not really noticing as much now, but when I did it earlier, I was seeing a lot of water pour out, right at that, sorry, I'm trying to get the light off my head in there too. Anyway, a lot of water pouring out from underneath, sort of like down around there on the ground. And from a little bit of research I've done, it sounds like that might be a water seal at the shaft gasket or something, which is in here. So we got to take these bolts off. We have turned off the power at the breaker. We have no life here at all. Everything's completely off. So we're going to take off those bolts and see if we can get towards that seal so we know what sort of stuff we need in the morning when the pool shop opens. So more to come. Okay, we're back. I think we will have to file this video under breaking random crap with Craig instead of fixing it, although this thing was already pretty broken. So managed to get that bolt out no problem. Put the it's 9/16 by the way is the size of this bolt. But put the wrench on the one down there, and off came the top of her. So I was already kind of on the fence with this whole project about whether I wanted to get into fixing this thing or not. This is a super old pump. I think it's upwards of like 20 years old. I'm gonna try and get a year off it or something if I can. But probably just gonna go out and buy a new variable speed pump. It seems as though from the a little bit of research I've done and from talking to some friends, you have to pay, it's about an extra, you replace this pump for about $500, it's gonna be like $1,500, Canadian dollars to get this thing upgraded, to go buy a variable speed pump and just put it in here. I'll put it in, but probably more for installation if you were gonna pay for that. But apparently within a couple of years you make all the money back in energy savings. So, with that being said, since this is now breaking random crap with Craig, I think I'm gonna start posting my failure videos here too, because there's a whole bunch of those. So I think we're gonna go get a new variable speed pump, and maybe we'll show you how we put that in. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward, and apparently it's a lot quieter as well. Whisper quiet. It can run at a very low RPM. Just circulating the water and filtering it, and then only needs to kick into higher gear when you're doing chemicals, and if you're running a water feature or something. I don't have that, but anyway, that's the plan. So we'll let you know how we do. Okay, we're back. We did pick up a new variable speed pump yesterday. It is in the back of the van. Just got this guy out. As you can tell, it's pouring rain, so great timing on this. But really want to get that water back moving in the pool. One tip that I was given was, hey, throw your pool robot in. Let him run for the day, because that tends to circulate the water a lot. Because I had added some chlorine to hopefully keep the water from going too bad on us while this pump is out of service. We're not able to filter, but we could at least get the water moving around and get that chlorine all around the pool, so we're going to do that. I just spent some time here in the rain yanking this thing out, so it was really hard to, sorry, like a raindrop hit the stop button. It was hard to get this guy out without cutting it, so I cut that. I'm going to try to peel this off and reuse that barb, because I don't have one. I'd really like to use a new one, but we'll see if I can get that out and clean it up. It might be okay. I disconnected the electrical at the back, just tuck that up out of the way. And then it was into those clamps on that piece of PVC that required some major yanking to get that out of there, but eventually it did come. So this is uninstalled, and next time hopefully it won't be raining and we'll be installing the new one. Okay, back to a drier workplace here. Undercover in the garage. Gonna try to get this piece off of here, utility knife, and hopefully be able to peel that off, and then get that barb out. We're gonna twist her out with my Poppy's old huge pipe wrench there, and we're gonna try to get this guy out. We're gonna clean them up nice, and hopefully use those again. Here we go. Okay, that turned out to be not too bad at all. Utility knife snapped that guy pretty good. Couple trips north-south, and then dug in at the top, popped right off. These guys screwed out. They required quite a turn with this wrench, so you know, I think my advice would be that if you have a pool store close by that's open and you can get a hold of one of these things brand new, and you're getting rid of this old pump, then just cut it there, and I would just gotten rid of this thing as it was with those in there. But I kind of need these. Nice to see that these are, no, that's the wrong one, hold on. Made in Canada, I like that. Anyway, these are out. We're going to get the new pump out of the box now and try to get it, I'm going to clean these up first, so they're nice and clean. We get our Teflon tape ready, and we're going to hopefully get the new pump ready to go. And I'm very hopeful that the height of this hole off the ground is exactly the same. This one doesn't matter so much. Hopefully it's not too much lower, because I did have to cut that pipe a little bit. So I'm very hopeful that these pumps come in the same sort of orientation. We'll line the two up next to one another and check it out. There we go. The Hayward Super Pump Variable Speed 700. Get ready for the unboxing. Okay, unboxing complete. I gotta get a tripod or something so you guys can watch that happen live. But there's the box. Came in this nice protective cardboard stuff, and included a user's manual and a cable that has to do with the electrical, I'm guessing. So yeah, so the electrical connects there. We're gonna open that box to get access to that stuff. And also happy to see that the heights are the same there and here. Basically the same footprint. So fantastic. We're going to start plumbing it up. Here we go. Okay, folks, we're back. We've cleaned up really nicely our threads on these guys. They're looking real good. Going to use this fancy Teflon tape that the pool guy was kind enough to give me. So it's just do about 5 laps around, and we're going to squeeze those down. I take the lid off in order to do that to make sure I don't damage it. And yeah, then we're going to start bringing it back to the pool shed, get her plumbed up. We also took off the electrical area back here to check this out. Looks like these are some test leads that just come off. It says on the directions those things have to come off, and then we'll use those mounts for our power. So things are coming along. Here we go. Okay, these guys are installed. Looking really good. Lots of Teflon tape up there. This Teflon tape was a little bit thicker It's called industrial thread sealing tape. Let that. Anyway, so we did about 5 laps around with that. It was pretty thick. Like if you have the thinner, more common plumbing stuff, you probably want to go do a lot more laps around it. But yeah, we're gonna go put it in the pool shed and see if we can get her going. Okay, a little update. It is a little bit longer this way than the old one. So we needed to. There was just this piece of like tin, I guess, to be under the heater. So I just needed to cut a little piece out of there. And now it looks like it's going to slide in pretty nicely. So what we're going to do is, I was told that it's a good idea to use a little bit of silicone on these guys, these two end pieces here. That helps really seal things up when you clamp on the those screw clamps, whatever the heck you call those guys there. This one is my for the chlorinator. So I'm hopeful that I can have enough clearance for that to still work and not need to redo that. We'll see. It's gonna be pretty close. But yeah, we're gonna try and get this in place here. Here we go. Okay, we're back. New pump's installed. It's actually been running about a week now with no problems. Super pleased with it. It is incredibly quiet. It's running right now at 2,000 RPMs. I don't know if you can see that on there. To the 200 watts. 2,000 RPMs. It's super quiet. So we have a program to run for 3 hours at 3,000 RPMs, 6 hours at 2,000 RPMs, and then 15 hours at 1,000 RPMs. When it's on 1,000 RPMs, you can barely hear it. It is so quiet. And yeah, based on the math, we're going to make our money back off this thing in just a few years. So yeah, it was worth the upgrade to get the quieter one. Obviously, we needed to upgrade because it had exploded, basically, the old one. But yeah, it's been running here good for about a week, and we're real happy with it. So that's the latest fix. Catch you later.